So, guys, world music. What is world music? I believe world music is all the expressions that are tied to, strongly tied to a culture, a musical culture, and that are away from rock and roll or classical music, and that are tied to a specific point, geographic point in the planet, and that deal with acoustic instruments. So we're gonna have a few of the main expressions of world music, and those, in my opinion, would be Brazilian music, flamenco, African, and Oriental music, mostly represented by Indian music. Of course, you have expressions from Iran, from Nepal, from Japan, you know. But I believe the strongest musical tradition in the Oriental part of the world is the Indian music. At least that's the one that I have, has touched me the deepest. So guys, all right, Meniar, saludos maestro. All right, here we are, guys. Okay, so guys, world music is something that has, you can put many techniques together. You can bring together the technique of flamenco, technique of Brazilian music, and not only Brazilian, but Latin music in general. So I would say salsa music comes together as well as the southern expressions in Brazilian music and Latin music, which is chamamé, milonga, those things. And some of the concepts from Indian music, I like the concept of the drone, which is the tone center, and the improvisation, the rhythmic, the konakal, which is what they call in Indian music, which are words based by the amount of 16th notes. You have 3, 4, 5. I know that in konakal, the 4 is called takadimi. That comes from the Indian way of counting the rhythms. So all that can be used into world music. One of the greatest pioneers of world music into the guitar was, in my opinion, of course, you got Paco, but you also have John McLaughlin. And he brought very heavily that tradition from the Indian music, the use of konakal into the jazz music. It's konakal basically is going to give you different accent patterns that you're going to think in terms of 4, 5, 6, 3, which is just basically groupings of 16th notes. Now all that comes together. Hello, Mateus. So all that comes together in music, and this is something that I'm trying to pass on to the guitar. I'm even thinking about starting a world music course because I'm teaching a Brazilian course right now. But I think the world music would allow me to put in jazz, Indian music, flamenco, salsa, and all these things. And there's such useful tools for you to be a musician nowadays if you want to either write, compose, or just be, you know, a session player or a sideman or an artist, a composer. All these things, they work as tools. They're very, very useful. So hello, Julian. I'm going to play a tune here for you, which I think is an example of world music. And please answer me, any of those of you who know the tune called Merceditas. It's a Latin American tune that deals with the chacarera a little bit, or you can also interpret it as a chamamé. And I'm making an arrangement where I put in aspects of jazz music in it and flamenco music in it. So let's see the yeah, let's play that. Let me bring the, you guys tell me how the sound is, okay? Just setting up the mic here in front of me so you guys can hear me well. This chair is squeaking a lot. I think I'm gonna have to change chairs. Well, I'm gonna try to do it like that. All right, guys, let's do a little Mercedita here. Yeah, baby, that was a take on Merceditas. Merceditas is that tune from Argentina that is kind of a chamamé, but not really. I at least interpret it with mixing chamamé and chacarera together, which is sometimes feeling it like 3, 1, 2, 3, and sometimes feeling like 2, which have tu ta tum ta tu ta tum ta. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. So you put those two together, 3/2 in everything that you're doing. And that in a way is world music because it's a strong expression of Southern Latin music. So like I said, in my opinion, the four main expressions, the four main streams of world music, in my opinion, would be Brazilian or Latin American, flamenco, African, and Oriental music. In Brazilian music, you already find a lot of the African influence, big time, because most of the Brazilian grooves follow the African tradition of simplicity, of trance through simplicity. So cycling beats of 2/4 or 3/4 at max gets you that trance, that cyclic, which makes you dance, makes you move. Brazilian music brings that hardcore because it's a very African expression. And of course, Brazilian music also has the jazz aspect. So let me see here, guys. All right, thank you for those words, guys. So basically, what are some techniques? I would like to talk about maybe 3 techniques that were used here that deal with world music. One of them was This is becoming sort of, in my opinion, a symbol of world guitar because it's a technique that has spread around the world in the past few years in many different cultures that have the guitar in it. So through flamenco, even Russian music and Brazilian music, there have been players that have been using 3 fingers instead of 2 when doing rest strokes. And this has always been a no-no, especially in the classical tradition, where they tend to teach you a correct way to play an instrument. And they always do what they call free stroke. But the rest stroke from the flamenco has shown to be more projecting of sound, and many believe that it's easier to be fast with it because you use the string that your finger leans on. Now the technique that I've brought here is the 3-finger rest stroke. This is something new that's been going around, which goes like this. It's an easier way to play scales on the classical guitar, and it's just something that definitely helps, and it's been showing up in the Brazilian tradition of guitar as well as the flamenco tradition. Another technique that I used here was actually 2 different concepts in one. I've mixed the bulería feeling from the flamenco into the chacarera feeling of the Latin America. And actually these 2 are cousins because Latin American music has been heavily influenced by Spanish music, and the nylon string guitar is part of that influence. So what I did is change the feeling that goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. By one like this, same pulse. 1, 2, 3. So that's a totally different approach there. Even by the right hand, the sound you take from the guitar, it explores the guitar totally different. Where in one way you're plucking, and the other you're grabbing, and the other one you're strumming. And the feeling is also different because one is 1, 2, 3, and the other one is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 3 inside of the 3, and this is sort of the bulería feeling. And in the bulería also they use a lot of these suspended flat 9 chords, which I like to put the 6 on. I just love that sound. This is the 5th mode of the harmonic major scale. That's one of the ways you can interpret this chord. Harmonic major scale, if you guys don't know it, just Google it up. But it's basically a major scale with a flat 6. So it has that minor 3rd in there in between the flat 6 and the major 7. And it's a very interesting harmonized scale. It gives you 7 beautiful modes that you can use a lot in Brazilian music and jazz. This is one of them. Right here, the sus flat 9. So this is a very flamenco chord. And you can put that 6 in there. I like that. Or you can put the 6 from this, octave it up to here. And you got this. Really nice. I actually have a bulería that I wrote with this chord. You can watch it. It's on YouTube. It's called Mallorca with 2 L's, Majorca or Mallorca. It's a bulería that I wrote in my last work, and which was released in 2019. And they're on YouTube here. If you put Felipe Coelho bulería, I'm playing this very kitchen, this bulería, where I use this chord in the main melody of the bulería. You can hear how it's used in context. Okay, another technique from world music that can be implied as to be called world guitar is the alçapua, which comes from the flamenco, but we are intelligent and creative. So we don't have to use the alçapua only on flamenco. You can use it for your own musical purposes. And that's what I'm here to tell you. I think this is my most peculiar characteristic as a musician, is taking things from different cultures and applying them to how I see fit, to how I want. You know, I don't have to lock myself into a certain style and only use it there. So I did it here. This is the alça pua. Sorry for that G natural in there. So anyways, that's the alça pua. So what's going on in this technique here? It's a 3-movement technique that consists in attacking, and then you do a down and up. I explained this in my last video on YouTube as well. It's one of the techniques that I explained that makes the guitar sound like 2 guitars. So you got this. 1, 2, 3. This is the 3-part alça pua, and you have the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For which you have to do a legato or hammer on. That's the alça pua, definitely a world guitar technique, I would say. I feel this interesting feeling about the term world guitar, because it's something that I definitely identify myself with. And I've been for long trying to understand what it is that I play. You know, I play Brazilian music, but I like jazz, I like flamenco. So the term world guitar has come very handy to sort of explain my approach, which I think is the I don't mean to be arrogant, but I think the ultimate approach is for you to to express your own creativity. The more tools you have, the more you'll be able to express yourself. That's it. That's the thesis. So the idea is for you to grab as many tools from all over the place, as many as you can, and then you use it to express yourself, and you will be closer to knowing who you are, which is the best music you can make, right? Is when you explore your potentials, your creative potentials. That's the best you can possibly sound. And that's the quest. That's what we are all looking for, or at least that's what you should be looking for in your artistic quest, is to get as close as possible touch with yourself, with your own creativity. And in there you will find a treasure. That's the idea. All right, guys, any questions, guys? I see we have 14 participants here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I'm up for questions, guys. Is the sound working all right? Shall I play a little more? Shall I do another performance in this rainy afternoon? All right, let's play something else, guys. We got 15 people here. So that's 15 blessed ears that are here with me. Let me do the best I can to play something for you. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna improvise over that progression of the Merceditas. So we got this A minor, G7 to G. Guys, I was seeing some comments, so I decided to stop and take a read. Can I play Água e Vinho? I cannot play Água e Vinho, Maniar, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I need to grab myself a little towel because I just broke a sweat. Alonso, very nice. Maybe you can share what the progression is. All right, Julian Alonso, I'll share that with you right now. All right, here we go, Alonso. The progression is easy. It's the cycle of fourths within the natural harmonized scale. So usually starting at 2-5-1. So we're in the key of G or E minor. 2-5-1 is A minor, is the 2. D7 is the 5. 1 is the G. You just moved up in fourths, right? Started on A, a fourth up is D, a fourth up is G. Who is a fourth up is C major, Lydian. Who is a fourth up from that is F sharp, half diminished, Locrian. Who's a fourth up from that is B. And the half diminished chord always works in a 2-5-1 cadence. So the F sharp is the 2 of E. Excuse me. F sharp is the 2 of E. So who's the 5 of E? The 5 is B mixolydian. But since you're going towards a minor chord, you would use the Phrygian dominant scale in that mixolydian. The Phrygian dominant scale is the scale we always use when cadencing towards a minor chord. It's basically the harmonic minor scale starting on the 5th degree. That is your Phrygian dominant scale. So here in the case of B Phrygian dominant, you would have these notes. I need to work on my tremolo. All right, so that's the cadence. And you repeat that twice. 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 5 of 6, and 6. Repeat. And then you go to the B part, which is simply 5 of E, 5, and 1 E minor. So you repeat that a couple times. Here you have the ending, the little tag of the song in the end of B. You have this. That is 5. 4 is A minor. 3 is G major. If we are thinking in terms of E minor, okay? B is the 5, A is the 4, G is the 3. And then here, instead of an F half diminished would be the 2, which would be the 2. We're playing a B dominant chord with the bass on half sharp. Okay? So and then you go. Yeah. I need to practice this technique here. The arpeggio. We're getting some noise here because we're getting some heavy rain right now here in Brazil. So I hope that the audio is okay. Can you guys hear me all right today? Is everything working? Any other questions, guys? Oh, here's one thing. I need to, I'm going to give you guys my email real quick here. All right, guys. Create an experiment. Great. This is my email, and the reason why I'm doing that is because that is my PayPal address. And I got about 3 or 4 lives ago, I had a question from a guy who wanted to make a donation. So I never answered him, so I'm answering him right now. This is the 13th live that I'm doing free every Friday. You can go back in my channel and look at all the previous lives I've done. One of the most famous one was the Coltrane pentatonic scale. Also the pentatonic scales from the melodic minor mode. There has been one about Bayonne. There have been 13 lives where I'm doing just free content and answering questions here for you guys. Please feel free to use this time to clear some doubts about the guitar that I may be able to help you with. And I had this idea to give my PayPal address here in case anybody would like to make a donation, $5, $10, whatever. That helps me tremendously, especially because here in Brazil we're going through a second lockdown. I was just about getting some gigs back and they all got canceled again, and it was a financial disaster. So I'm very, I felt moved to put my email here in these lives for any donations. All right, let's keep it going, guys. What's another tune that we can do here? That was improvisation over Merceditas. And let me take the melody out so you guys can hear this arrangement. I'm going to take it the octave below here. Goes like this. Something that I've practiced doing before, which is turning the 3 into a 4. That's a really interesting brain and musical exercise. It took me a while to do it, to try to be, not doing it just any way, but doing it mathematically correct, meaning the 1 matches the 1 again. So if you're doing a 3, let me show you how that's done. Here we got this, so 1, 2, 3, 1. 3. Now, if I'm thinking 3 and I'm putting 4 inside those 3, then it becomes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a 4 right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to put that in here. I'm thinking the 4. Flamenco, por favor. I got a comment in there. Guys, well, I could do a little groove, but I haven't recently worked on flamenco. This is actually a classical guitar, not a flamenco guitar. And so it sounds a lot more muddy and velvety, just more fat, not as cutting as the flamenco sound. And I've been focusing on more Brazilian music lately. But I do have some recordings of flamenco. My last CD, which was released last year, called Wanamazi, I recorded a Soleá por Bulería, which was a great pleasure to do, but that was recorded a year and a half ago, and since then I haven't really practiced much flamenco anymore. Because for a while in Brazil I had been starting to be tagged as a flamenco guitarist, and I didn't want that because I felt like there was so much more in me that I wanted to bring out, so I try to kill that vision. All right, guys. What are we going to? Any more questions? Any more questions? There's a little phrase that I did in there that I could review for you. It's a flamenco phrase. It's a flamenco style of phrasing that I applied in there towards the end. Many are. Can you please play Paco de Lucia and Dos Águas and explain the harmony and scale used? Okay, all right, let's try that. Woo, that's a good one. Okay, Entre Dos Águas. First of all, he has a guitar player playing in the back, right? But the chords are. This is a great example of world music. That's why I accepted to do it. If you have two minor chords, one after the other, how would they fit the harmonized scale? It would be Dorian and Phrygian. So Dorian and Phrygian. Okay? And then this chord becomes a dominant. So it becomes a dominant, and it becomes a Phrygian dominant. So the scale becomes E harmonic minor. Okay, so it starts. Scale, all of this, okay? All of this. And you just keep changing the bass between A and B. But all you're playing is over the G major scale, which results A Dorian and B Phrygian. And then when he does here, it's just a tension. It's like doing a minor second, just for effect. This note is a wrong note. And then the B minor chord, playing with the B ringing. Right here, you got 5, 4, 3 on the bass. This is what they always do in flamenco. This is the chord that antecedes the dominant chord. So it's a 5 of 5. The 5 here is the B Phrygian, right? Who is the 5 of that? Is F sharp. So F sharp with the bass on the third becomes this. So again, that passage. did something. It was a. The next section of the song, wow, no words. What have you? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. So the next part is the cadence here. So you got this. Yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you. That was a good request. I wasn't quite ready for that, but it was fun. So what happens here is the hondo cadence. That's the flamenco cadence, the most basic cadence that flamenco happens around, which is 1, 7, 6, 5. That's it. You got 1 Aeolian, 7 Mixolydian, 6 Lydian, and the Phrygian dominant, which is your 5. So the whole song is based on this, on arpeggios and scales just around this. So yeah, I'm just improvising now, but it's the same idea. You're always working on arpeggios, right? There's a few phrases that I could share with you guys here. That was really great. Here, maybe you can tell us more about Paco's style. Sure, guys, sure. Harmonically speaking, you're just obeying to the regular music theory. You're playing over these chords and you're treating them one by one. One of the most common mistakes I see guitar players do is get a whole bunch of chords and assume there's just one scale for all of them. You could easily think that this all fits over the E harmonic minor scale, and in a way it does. But if you use that approach, you're going to be sounding ambiguous. You're not going to be bringing out the sound of the chord through your note choice, and that's what you should be doing. That's what enables you to play on the guitar without a backing track. You see that I don't have anybody here backing the chords for me, and the reason why is because I am treating each chord independently, as it is, as its own, set of rules. So as I'm on E minor, there's a few things you can do. First thing is doing the caged system. You should spread all the voicings of E minor across the neck. So I got E minor here, I got it here, I got it here, I got it here, I got it here. It's all E minor. I'm just doing the shapes. Just E minor. And then D, the same thing. Use the caged system and you get all these shapes here. And then the next one. And then the next one. The next one. Next. So you need to, this is your responsibility. You guys need to get these basic shapes, under your fingers. Otherwise, there's no way to evolve. It's like building a house. In order to build a house, the structure, the basic structure needs to be firm and strong. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do other stuff on top of it, right? The bass needs to be strong. So the bass is just the triads, just the minor and major triads. So I'm thinking E minor in this song. Hey bro, thanks for the live streaming. Sure. Shane, is that Shane? You're welcome, brother. So here's Paco's style. Over E minor, you can do a little alçapua if you want, like this, alçapua. Now, how can we make that interesting? We could go. That's Paco's phrase. Arpeggio here. How about? And now here comes the jazz side of things. You have to respect the chord change. So if I'm doing this, I have 4 beats for the E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I need to resolve to the next note, respecting the chord change. The next chord is D. So if I'm holding this B, which in E minor, it represents the fifth. This is, you need to see the guitar always this way. Always know the interval you're playing. So tonic third or fifth. So if I'm on the fifth, now I need to choose a note, the closest note available that is going to be from the triad of D major. The triad of D major has D, F sharp, and A. And I don't even have to know that. I can just use the case system and see where the closest notes are. I have the D right here and another one right here. So if I'm holding this note, the closest one available is back, the A, and I'm on the fifth. So then the chord change would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. See, again, 2, 3, draw. I can do the same arpeggio now. Sorry. So you're always trying to, and whenever is the point of chord change, you need to choose the note that is going to represent the next chord, not just keep playing the scale. The bad thing you can do, what you should not do, is figure out the E harmonic minor scale and use it through the whole thing. That's gonna be bad. It's dumb because you don't respect the chord changes. Let's do Mediterranean Sun Dance here in a second. So here, you do not want to do this. I'm gonna hold the basis on the chords, and I'm gonna keep playing the same phrase over and over and see how it sounds. Okay? This is the phrase. This phrase obviously outlines E minor because the notes are falling on the strong parts of the beat. These notes belong to the E minor. You got 1, 1, 3, 5. 1. So here, that makes it very clear that it's E minor. But if you change the chord to D and you put the same phrase, it's gonna sound weird. Listen. See? It sounds almost wrong because I should be doing this. Now it's correct. And as I go to C, choose the notes from C. Okay? So, the guy, Sanoop asked for Mediterranean Sun. Is this the one? Is this it? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to stop here. I was trying to do a phrase for Paco that I just remembered is a really good phrase. Here it goes. It's over D7 onto G. He goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. I'm gonna try to throw the same phrase in the same place. Forever, but let's talk about this some. I'm enjoying the attention, guys. Thank you so much. What's going on here in this progression is very similar to the previous progression. Cycle of fourths within a key. What is the key? E minor. If you start on E minor and do a cycle of fourths, what's gonna happen? E minor is the first one. Who's a fourth up from E minor? E minor Aeolian, a fourth up, A minor Dorian. What does Dorian mean? It means minor with a major 6. That's your Dorian right there. A fourth up from A Dorian is D Mixolydian. Sorry. A fourth up from D Mixolydian is G major. Fourth up from G major is C Lydian. And then you finally resolve. This is a 6-5-1 cadence. There's a few types of cadences. One of them towards a minor chord is a 6-5-1. So if you're in E minor, what is the cadence? A cadence is the harmonic movement that consists of subdominant, dominant, and tonic function chord. So subdominant within the E minor, C major is a subdominant, and it is the 6th of E minor. So you got 6, the 5 is always a Phrygian dominant. There it is, your 5, and then you fall onto 1. Okay, can you please play something from Antonio Rey or Vicente Amigo? I'll have to practice that one. I don't have anything under my hand right now. I used to play some Tomatito stuff, the CD with Michel Camilo. Had the Tico Tico no Fubá. Hey, why is 5th dominant Phrygian? Because the dominant of a minor chord is the Phrygian dominant. You can take that from the harmonic minor scale. You go A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 is always dominant, right? But if you put a regular dominant, a Mixolydian, a natural dominant, to do a cadence towards a minor, it just sounds wrong. Here's what it sounds like. Minor, just a regular dominant over E would be major 9th and major 6th. So that doesn't work well for here. I would much rather do this. That's your Phrygian dominant. It just sounds better. Okay, Tico Tico no Fubá. I was practicing that one of these days. I think I'm going to record it. Here we go. All these are examples of world music. I'm glad you guys are participating with examples of world music, because this is the subject of this live anyways. So Tico Tico no Fubá would be world music because it's a choro, right? And it's a worldly known choro. So it goes like this. Yeah, guys. All right. This has been a fun live. How much nail with flash you use? All strokes. I use about half and half. I use some nail. Sorry about the dirtiness today, man. I've been taking requests here without any practice. I would like to practice this section here in this song. Explain how to play tremolo. There's many tremolo techniques. The one I just used here is the flamenco tremolo, which is a 4-part tremolo. You do thumb and then 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, like this. 1, 3, 2, 1. But there's different kinds of tremolos. You can do 2, for example. You can do 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is 3, 2, 1 like that. You can do 3 together with the bass like this. Sorry. So there's many different ways you can do a tremolo. Fantastic. You have done some great songs. Really liking the vibe. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you, brother. Feel free to follow the channel here if you'd like, and write any questions you want. I'd love to answer questions, guys. Manny, is the explanation of tremolo, is that good? Okay, guys, I think we're coming to the end of this live. Every Friday I'm going to be here with you at the same time, okay? So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I left up my email address in case any of you guys would like to do a donation. $5, $10, whatever, it's very welcome. Because we just got hit hard here in Brazil by COVID, and we are on lockdown again. I had gigs that were picking back up, and I just lost them again. So it's been a financial crisis, very difficult times for musicians. So any of you guys who feel like you could contribute, please do. I'm gonna write my email again. Thank you, Maciek. I'm glad you're here, bro. Let's see here. Oh, how I shape it. Can you please show me the way you cut your nail? Sure, brother. Here is the way that I use acrylics on my nails, okay? You can see acrylic over my nails, and I shape them so they exceed the skin just a little bit, just enough to hit the string. See, that's the angle of my nails right there. But they are using acrylic. Obrigado, Felipe. Julian Alonso, sure, brother. You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for the request, guys. I was just today doing another choro, but I'm gonna keep it for next time. Okay? Next time I'm gonna show you a couple different choros. I'm gonna do a pedacinho de céu. All right, guys, that was just a little bit. As humble as talented. Thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you next Friday, okay? Please follow the channel if you'd like to support the channel. Just watch the videos. I have a section on Trio, which was my record before last. A trio with bass and drums, all world music compositions. I have a section on orchestra music, a section on Brazilian solo pieces, a section on world music and flamenco, and a section on lessons. So guys, feel free to sign up, to subscribe and to watch these videos, and feel free to donate anything to my PayPal account in case any of you guys feel inclined. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I really honestly got questions. People asked me how they could help me or donate anything. So I'm not a sales guy, but you know, if I got asked, I'm going to answer. All right, guys, until next time, thank you so much for being here. Okay, bye-bye. Now I know it. Thank you, NMS. Thank you, and good weekend to you too. All right.